Hello. Hello. You probably know me from what I am. Your friendly neighborhood reindeer, Kendra Kendroni. You know, today I had a very interesting concept. Today was going to be a very simple day. I had pre-made this VOD, and not pre-made this VOD. Thinking it was just gonna be a regular, ordinary Monday. A Garfield day. It's Garfield day. Da-da-da. And we were just gonna talk, just small talk, random small talk. Just whatever. Until yesterday, where I was greeted with a very special comic. A comic I read every Sunday, mind you. But you know, that is literally the topic of today's stream. The topic I will be talking about, well, what I'm going to do, to preface, I will not be showing any images of the comic for obvious reasons. You can chime in, obviously, as much as you want for some things, like if you have any responses or anything, that's totally fine with me. I just want to talk about this, because there is no way I am letting this get contained just to Twitter. There is no reason I'm letting it just be contained just to Webtoons comment section. We're talking about this. Because holy crap, I don't even know what to say. The webtoon I'm talking about today is a webtoon that goes by the name of True Education, or in English, Get Schooled. So, sit down, guys. I am going to be explaining the synopsis and why we are here today. To preface by saying preface by saying one more time, I will not be showing any of the spoilers. I will not be showing any of the leaks. I will not be showing, actually, I will probably pull up the images of some of the characters. Specifically 3. But I will not be showing any of the spoilers. I will not be showing any of the leaks, because I know good and well that if I do that, I'm going to be DMCA'd by YouTube. I'm going to be DMCA'd by Webtoons, and I might be DMCA'd by Naver. And Naver is basically Korean Webtoons. So I'm not doing that, because these are leaks from paywalled content, paywalled future content. So, like I said, I'm not doing any of it. If I do, I'm going to get in trouble. So, what is Get Schooled? Well, you see, Get Schooled is a webtoon about what happened was that in the school, in the disciplinary committee, there is a problem with students and teachers getting violent, being interrupted from their education. The problem is, though, is that it has escalated so much, obviously, that none of the teachers can do anything, because that would be punishing the kids. And if you punish the kids too badly, obviously, the parents have a right to get angry. And so, obviously, what happens is that they pass a bill that is the Teachers' Rights Protection Association, the TRPA. Or Teacher Protection Rights, or whatever. Basically, the students and teachers and everybody are protected and stuff like that. What happens is that pretty much it's like your solo levelings. It's basically your martial arts type webtoons and stuff like that. Oh boy. It's your martial arts webtoons and stuff like that. And what ends up happening is that we have our main character, Mr. I forgot his name. Let's pull him up, because I actually do have the image. Wait, yes, I do actually have the images. As you saw in the thumbnail, we have our titular character, Mr. Na. Mr. Hwajin Na. Look at that ugly mug. Unfortunately, good looks cannot Perpetuate. Man is black. Yeah, Men in Black. Yes, yes. We have our man of the hour. This is our MC, Hwajin Na. He looks like he can beat you up, and that's the man for the job. And so we encounter a couple more members of the Teachers Protection Association, and of course we have our other character. Which, hold on for that one. It's every single time. What is it? WebP to PNG. Basically, we have our other character. She is, what is it? I always gotta find these images. We have Harim Im, and the thing is, what is it? I'll pull up her picture in a moment. Basically, they go around, they beat up the students that need to be beat up, and don't beat up the students that don't need to be beat up, so that they can actually, so they can actually get their education. All that type of stuff. We don't have anybody else except for those two. And we see what they do, and then we move forward. You know what happens? You know what happens? Nothing. Nothing happens. You know why? Because season 1 is actually really good. We get our bullied students. We have some of my favorite characters. What is it? Was I able to get the image? Was I able to download the image? Okay, convert the image. We have some of my favorite characters. What is it? Okay, I'm pulling up the. There we go. Was it Harim? So these are two members of the of the Teachers Right Protection. We have Best Boy. We have Semi-Best Girl. She's second best girl. She's second best girl. Basically, these are who we have. These are who we have to protect the student. Season 1 goes pretty well of the series, right? We have them fighting. We have Mr. Na fighting the boys. We have Harim fighting the girls, which introduces one of my favorite characters, We have some of my favorite characters. Obviously, Yeri. Yeri will always be my favorite character, no matter what she does. See, look at that sadistic grin. She's amazing. She's the only character that, I always read the series for because she's always the best. We fight. We move forward. It's a good time. The series goes on really well actually. It has a hiccup here and there. Like what? Like there was an arc dealing with a teacher who was sexist. She was a feminist. Okay, kind of sus a little bit because they told the message, not well, but they told the message. All right, fine, but it's okay, everybody, it's okay. Did I just jump into it? So, fine. We're fine. There's but that's just one arc of many arcs. We have the Yeri saga, 2 Yeri sagas, best arcs of the saga. We have the first saga. We have the next saga. We have the small town arc where they beat up this one guy and he ends up going to jail because he was wrong in the situation, even though he was defending himself. We have we have the cult saga. I skipped that saga because I was like, nah. But then we go on hiatus. Months and months of hiatus. And that's fine. Webtoons always need to go back. Now you're probably thinking, oh, this sounds familiar. Well, it's because it's connected to the studio that did Jungle Juice. So there's that. That's connected universe, whatever, here and there. And so what ends up happening is that about a month or 2 ago, the series comes back. And we're introduced to the arc because we gotta answer one of the upcoming questions that we obviously would have with a series like this. It can't just be focused on our 2 MCs the entire time. We gotta hire some new recruits. All right. So we enter in this arc. And this arc introduces one of the most unexpected characters to become a mainstay And it would be the lawyer from last arc which dealt with a bullying case because they didn't treat it seriously like how the TPRA was treating it seriously. And you know what? Having that man out in the field and stuff like that, why not? Why not? Why not? Just do it. Just do it. And you know what? Right now we're at the cusp of the conclusion of the arc. He's dealing with this idol. She previously bullied this girl, and now her career is going in shambles. Cathartic. Maybe you're probably thinking this is just a revenge porn series. You know what? Kinda is. It really kinda is. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Because let's be real here. We all were reading this series for one reason or another. It wasn't for morals, is all I'm saying. And so what ends up happening is that we're concluding the arc. Transitioning out of the comics, because what happens is that after I finish the, chapter 200, what is it? Because I want to make sure of this. I want you to document this. What is it? Latest chapter that was released. I finished cut to the present, yesterday, Sunday. I cut to the present, yesterday, Sunday afternoon. I finished halfway reading chapter 116. I don't know why. I end up going on to Twitter. None of minding my own business, scrolling, liking and retweeting for the billionth time for all you people who follow me. I'm sorry. And I encounter one of the people that I follow who follows me back too. We're gonna call her Usagi. We're gonna call her Usagi. Now Usagi frequently has some opinions that, while I do not disagree with them, in fact I actually agree with the majority of them, as with any type of follower, when you go to and fro, you will always have some opinions that you agree with and that you don't. And so what ends up happening is she tweets out, oh hey, to all you Get School fans who are black, how's it going out there? And what she did was that she reads Get Schooled too. But the thing is though, is that if you want to read ahead to the current Korean RAWs, you have to, oh my gosh. She basically is reading the currently unofficial chapters that have not been leaked yet, have not even been unlocked on the Korean side. Somebody is paywalling on the Korean Naver servers to translate these chapters even ahead of the official Korean scans. Fine, I don't actually have a problem with that. Piracy's piracy. Yo-ho. Your girl is not guilty. Actually, no, I am very guilty of it. And what ends up happening is that the images, like I said, I am not showing a single image. If you see any of the images, do not post them on like videos and stuff like that. Naver and stuff most likely will try and track you down and put you down. And we see this mixed Korean character. Now I have no problem with that, obviously. Unfortunately, that's kind of an obvious thing. And it seems that the themes deal with racism. Now you're probably thinking, racism? Oh, that's fine, something like that. And you know what? I was like that too. What is it? Offering a promotion. Shut up. Deny. And what ends up happening is like, oh, okay, so we're going to deal with racism in the next arc afterwards. Because what had happened is that every now and then I tend to go onto Naver. I click on a link to this one website called Baka Updates, and it shows me the original Korean website, and it shows me the official, just basically all the where it's licensed. Korea, China, Japan, America, whatever. And it shows us what chapters are ahead and some of the outcomes, even if you can't read it. It's just good to, kind of see what's coming before everybody else. And I'm like, okay, we're dealing with racism this time. You know what? Why not? And so we end up seeing that there are two new characters coming into the series. One is a really cute girl, and she just has a really cute design. And we have this older gentleman. Now, this older gentleman, from what the fan translations say, is that he is mixed, actually. He is mixed with Korean and white. I have no problem with that, obviously, because why would you? And what ends up happening is that, from what I had read, he is sort of a pacifist. And he's like, oh, we don't fight violence with violence. Fine. You know what? I actually want to see this because we've mostly been seeing violent actions. Probably going to end up with someone still getting punched, but I still want to see someone's different approach on it. And, you know, what I was prepared to see was not what I was prepared to see in life. Because the panels, the illustrations, someone had to ink this. Someone had to ink it. Someone had to type it. Someone had to put this out here. Let me describe to you what I saw and the dialogue that came with it. You had, chapters somewhere between 120 and the currently locked chapter 125 show us the titular bully the victim character. And the plot of what the next arc's gonna be is definitely gonna be very interesting. You see, he said, and I'm quoting this from the fan translation, you see, when I was younger, well, not quoting it, but you know, when I was younger, I was Korean. And what happened was that foreigners were moving into the area. I'm just gonna let you settle with that one. And what happened was that it was fine at first. But then, more and more foreigners started moving in. And they started outranking pure-blooded Koreans. They started outranking pure-blooded Koreans. And there were more mixed children. And I'm thinking, okay, let's see where this goes. Because here's the thing. I can't even say it. I'm not sure what to say. What happens is that, like, what this author was clearly trying to do was he was trying to reference racism. It happens. It can't happen. No, not like this. Bro, I'm paraphrasing it. It's so much worse. It is so much worse. I haven't even gotten to the worst part yet. That was only the first. That was only like red flag number 1. What the author was clearly trying to do was he was trying to address racism among minorities, because that is a rising thing that people are finally like genuinely talking about. I don't talk about it much on stream, but obviously, because number 1, I don't talk about really race and stuff like that, politics and everything on stream, because I know you guys come here to have fun and stuff like that. And I'm just like, you know, I kind of like this. Gang violence, normally that would really, what that really leads to. Yeah. And so, I don't really talk about like that stuff like on stream. And so I don't mention it like, and so I don't even know. What can I tell you guys? You know what? Let's just continue with the explanation. You know what? And it's like, okay, fine. You know, they're addressing, and so, what is it? And so, what is it? To, what is it? I'm trying to like replace my thoughts. My brain is so scattered. I legitimately could not believe what I read. What ends up happening is that one of the mixed race children is a black Korean mix. Fine, you know what? There's just kind of something a little off about him. You see, the bullies that we've encountered somewhat in this story, they're pretty ugly. Some of them are really ugly. Very few of them have a handsome face. Some of them have a handsome face. Some of them are really ugly, but the really ugly ones are either adults or thugs of the handsome guy. This guy is drawn like a straight thug. He's drawn like a straight thug. And I'm just like, oh. I mean, all the other background characters looked ugly, so it's not too out there. It's not too out there. It's not too out there. I mean, it's still questionable because it's like the author never encountered a black person. It's like the author never encountered a black person in his life. Because, not, what is it? He's black. He looks... His hair is ginger. I mean it. It's like the author never encountered a black person in his life. I mean, still, it happens. Yeah, here's where flag number 2 came out. Number 1, he's the bully. You know what? Not the fact, now you're probably thinking, the red flag is actually not the fact that he's a bully. Because I wanted to see where things would go. The red flag came where as soon as the titular victim character talks about how this kid who is mixed has been bullying the kids, this kid makes the other students dance and screech like monkeys. I want you to, like, genuinely let that settle in your mind. 4 ads. Yeah, okay. Oh man, I forgot to actually disable that. Okay, I'm gonna disable that, like, after. I'm gonna disable that after stream. Or can I disable that right now? What is it? Ads. Settings. How to disable ad. Because we're talking about this. Oh my god. Oh. Shut off ad review. Where is the shut off? I cannot find the shut off. Oh my god. Okay, I genuinely cannot find the ad thing. I definitely gotta learn this more. Alright. Hopefully that went off? Hopefully that went off? Okay. We'll, like, find that. I'll find that after. Okay. And what ended up happening... Did you hear what I said? Okay, ad over. Okay. Did you hear what I said? Red flag number 2 was not the fact that the bully character was a bully. It was the fact that as soon as the titular, the titular victim character, as soon as the screen talks about, he finishes his rant about how there are more mixed race children than pure-blooded Koreans, it shows the bully character making the other kids hop around and screech and act and dance like monkeys. While talking and raving about how overseas, black kids and foreigner kids are bullied more and called more racial slurs than everybody else. So you are having these kids dance and screech like monkeys? Like, I'm not even saying like, oh, he's making them like, dude, I'm talking about he has them surrounded on all sides, making them like, actually making monkey noises. Like, real monkey noises. And I'm just like, what is this? What are we doing? This doesn't happen by accident! What do you mean? I mean, Frieza did. Yeah, but Frieza's a racist already! Everybody knows Frieza's racist. He's not just racist to one race, he's racist to everybody! And when Frieza, Frieza got the black card like last year. When Frieza does it, he's like kicked around. He's constantly beat up. Everybody knows this. He's constantly beat up because of his racism. But But you don't see him actually saying slurs is all I'm saying. Foreshadowing. Oh, and red flag number 3, as soon as that was over, we cut to a shot of the black kid painting we see him painting the other kid's face like a monkey. So, red flag number 3. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. What do we do? How? Why is this being broadcasted? And the 1, 3, and 4, I'd say. Oh, we haven't even gotten to number 4. Number 4 is that the TPRA finally steps in. And you know what? Fine. This is over-exaggerated. It's okay. I'm like coping because I'm not kidding. What is it? It is chapter, like you can find the raws online. You can find the translated chapters online. Get Schooled? Chapter 125. I mean it. I am like, what I am describing to you is not even close. I can't show a single image. What I am describing to you is not even close to what is shown on screen. It's another level. And what ends up happening is that the TPRA steps in. Okay, exaggerated. We're gonna teach him that just because you're a minority race doesn't mean you can be racist to other minorities, which by the way, he was in Korea anyway. If it was the US, that'd be one thing, but like, here's the thing. I understand the lesson of minorities hurting other minorities, because that is a thing that happens. It happens on Twitter all the time. Unnecessarily so. And obviously it happens in real life. I've seen clips. I hated it. I hated seeing those clips. They were by pure accident too. And it made my blood boil. So it is a thing that I think deserves to be talked about, because it's an important topic, because if we don't address it, then it gets out of hand, and then we have new problems to deal with, and then we shut that down and then deal with the current problem we already had, and stuff like that. And so I was like, this is awful, but let's see how it goes. And the TPRA steps in. There, you know what? And it's it's the new guy. We have the girl. She's waiting for her next gig. And of course, we eventually have the guy who, this is gonna be his first gig. He's clearly a pacifist, and like I said earlier, violence against non-violence. And so what happens is that he talks about his experience and how he was in the US, and how what happened was that, number 1, he would regularly get called slurs. And you know what? Okay. What happened was that the reason why that topic was brought up was because when the black kid saw him, he used one of the old, Asian M slur. And if you are familiar with propaganda, if you are familiar with World War II propaganda, you are absolutely familiar with what specific word he used. I know about it because I have actually looked into World War and stuff like that. So I'm already familiar with, like, what is there? Are you familiar with that one dude, Rooney, from that one, with that, the most famous Asian stereotype? Mr. Rooney. Can't even say the first name because, oh my gosh. Yeah, that. And so the black kid calls the black Korean mix kid calls the white Korean mix kid, the teacher, the Asian M slur. And he laughs, and everybody is just like, oh my gosh, he called him a slur. And it's like, okay, let's see how this goes. I'm gonna tell you what this dude said. I want to tell you what this dude said. He said, you know what? When I was a kid, and I used to go into university, and I remember I would face extreme discrimination in America because of my race. I would face extreme discrimination because of my race. And you know what? I was like, you know what? That's good. An adult educating a young person. Talk no jutsu. Yeah, talk no jutsu. And he's like, you know, and then I realized that eventually I just had enough. And I knew exactly how to deal with them. By calling them a freaking N slur. I just censored it. You know what he called him? Freaking N slur! I was like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? I didn't know whether to laugh. I didn't know whether to cry. I didn't know whether to host Webtoon EN's funeral. I was like, what do you mean? Talk no jutsu, more like slur no jutsu. That's just something I came up with. Sorry, chat. And he's the good guy. Remember, the TPRA is the good guy. They government agency, so verified by Obama. Unfortunately, nope. They're a government agency in Korea. Which, oh no. And here's the thing. There have been many series where I know good and well everybody has talked about how they don't like it in some Korean series, some Korean series where they don't portray the black people right. Now, mind you, if it isn't obvious, and I only have brought it up a few times, if it isn't obvious, I'm black. It's been like that. It's been like that since the day I was born. When I looked at my hand as a baby and I looked at it, I was like, holy crap, I'm black. Kidding, obviously. I've been one since the day when I was born, is what I'm saying. And to be honest, I've never necessarily cared because I was taught not to care, but also to understand that I am going to walk throughout life and there are people who won't like me for the color of my skin. I have defended some series on their artistic merits, depending on what they do with the series. I have defended Beauty and the Beast. Because, not Beauty and the Beast, the movie, Beauty and the Beast, the webtoon. You'll know because the female lead is surrounded by a big dog and she has red hair. There's like 2 series called Beauty, no, not the same, like slightly variations of Beauty and the Beast. But getting back on topic, I have defended some artistic representations in media. I have said something in regards to black people. I have seen some of the most egregious examples, and I have shunned some of the most egregious examples because some of them don't do right. Disney, for example, does not do right. This series, these chapters, these these locked behind a paywall chapters. Oh, I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do? I've never encountered this before. What do I do? We got the TPRA using hen slurs. And the thing is, it's censored. He doesn't actually say it. Well, he says it, but it's censored. And it's like, no. You still said it, bro. Bucky's Obama had more class than this. And like, what? What do we do? Like I said earlier, I didn't know whether to laugh, I didn't know whether to cry, or I didn't know whether to host Webtoon EN's funeral. Because you have to remember, this isn't just a Korean series. Do you, Mom? I don't even know. I'm not kidding. I don't know what to do. Because you have to remember, this isn't just some obscure webtoon series just locked behind the borders of Korean soil. No. This is a series licensed and paid for by Webtoons users. And is currently being translated as we speak. You have to realize the translators have to translate they have not gotten these chapters yet. They have not gotten I don't think they've gotten these chapters yet. To the translation team at the offices. Webtoons America has to translate this. And then they have to distribute it. You have to somehow get around 121 on Webtoons. What is it? 121 on Webtoons. 121. What do you mean? What is it? 121 on Webtoons. It just took me to Unordinary. The heck? It just took me to Unordinary. And it's just like, what? Okay. Everybody, yeah, what is it? That was Fast Pass. 116 for regular. Okay, yeah. What is it? The chapter he says the N-word is on chapter 125. The American Webtoons has not caught up yet. It is locked behind the like I said in the beginning, somebody's unlocking these episodes and they're translating them from straight from the Korean uploads on Naver. So it's like what cause here's the thing. If the character said the N-word, like here's the thing. The character doesn't just say the N-word. We have a student literally making other kids dress like monkeys. We have another kid, we have the other kid being painted like a monkey. And whatever's gonna happen afterwards. I don't know! What do we do? Forget about what we do. What's gonna happen is what I'm saying. Because Webtoons has to translate this. Either they're gonna translate or they're gonna ban the whole arc from ever reaching overseas. What is this? What are they gonna do? I will say one thing though. Black Webtoons Twitter is having a field day. Because they're like, what do we do? Because we were all reading this. My sister was reading this. We were all loving this series. It has a high, you'd be surprised. This actually has a high, like, a good chunk of black translated. Bro, you can't, it's not just the words. It's not just the words, that's the problem. They have to censor everything. They can't censor just the words. They gotta censor everything. That's the problem. They gotta censor the N-word. They gotta censor the M-word. The shadow room. No. I don't know. What are they going to do? That's the problem. I don't know what to do. What? Everybody's just like, I don't know what to do. I guess we just stop reading. Because that's the only thing to do. I was like, I'm into this series. I stuck with it for a whole year. All right, guys, trying to drop off. Ooh. This isn't some obscure webcomic. This is a whole company. This is a whole section at Webtoons because they got what is it? They have Get Schooled. They got Jungle Juice. What is it? What is it? What would four kids do? Do what they did with that one with that one black kid from One Piece and whitewash him. Because that's what they did with him. That one dude from Alvida's crew. Oh my gosh. Oh man. They might actually do that. In Webtoons. They might, if they do air the arc, they're gonna probably make him white. Cause what is it? Cause there's a reason why I took a little offense with his appearance. Because not only does he look like a side thug, he's also ginger. And that's why I said it's clear that the author has never met a black person in his life. I don't know what to do. I'm like laughing, but it's the only thing I can do. Nobody else knows about this yet. You think I'm gonna contain this thing on the Webtoons comment section? And Twitter? This thing is going to the ether. I'm not saying, here's the thing. I'm yelling and screaming and stuff. Cause I genuinely am like, what do they do? What are they gonna do? Cause they can't just flat out, they cannot air this arc. And if they do, I want to see what they do. Cause you gotta, what is it? Cause here's the thing with Webtoons. This isn't their first time censoring things in a series. A good example of a series being censored so badly on Webtoons, or let's start with the small censor. A small censor on Webtoons is that I read this Webtoon. It's called Marry My Husband. And one of the weirdest but understandable censors they did was that in Korea, cheating is illegal. Now the law system is still unfavorable if the woman does not show proof, but cheating is illegal and you can be fined and sentenced and put in jail for it. When it came to America, they removed the police officers. They just showed the woman and our MC catching the couple in the act and stuff like that, and she ends up passing out and stuff like that. But in the original, there were police officers in the area, and they removed them. It was kind of weird, but understandable since we don't have that in America. But it would have been a really cool insight in Korean culture had they left it in. The most egregious thing they have censored had to be the series The Knight and the Paladin. The most egregious had to be The Knight and the King and the Paladin, which was an R19 series, aka a pornwa that got translated into an R15 series. And it is the most translation of all time. It is the most translation of all time. Because they had to cut it out so much that it looks like the female lead is, well, to make it as child-friendly as possible to a Webtoon censor, she took advantage of him without consent. Even though in the original, from what I hear, because I did not go and look that up because I'm not into that, what happened was that, from what I was able to gather from other commenters, he actually flipped it on her and then they both were consenting adults. But the Webtoons version, because they still want to cater to kids, censored everything. And it looks like she's taking advantage of him. That is the worst censorship Webtoons has ever done. So how are we going to censor this? I probably blew out my mic. I don't even know what to do. What do we do? We can't do anything. We can't do anything. I was gonna open this stream up saying thank you for the 2 people who followed me over the weekend because I see you and I saw you guys as follows. I don't even know. I'll probably address you guys tomorrow or something. I don't know. What even is this? What is this? Makeup games, everything. Unfortunately, one of them is a minor and the other is an adult. Unfortunately, it would make it severely worse. It would make it severely worse. then people will be like, oh, racism and pedophilia? You know, like a normal thing. So this thing's getting age restricted. Like I said, I cannot show any of the images. I cannot show a single image. Just a preface. Not a single. Now, here's the thing. And, here's the thing. Like I said, I love this series. I read it day one, back when they only had a couple of chapters. And like I said, it has, and I don't doubt it, it has a high number of black viewers. I know, I've seen them. I've seen some of the cosplays. I've seen some of the fan edits and stuff like this. Replace the slurs with I love you and the face paint with kissing. Oh, no. That would make it worse. No amount of facial censoring or anything. Don't even air it. Just don't air the arc. To be honest, I want, if Webtoons, they're not gonna air this in the US. They can't air it in the US. The amount of just absolute backlash they would get. Because everybody's already, like I mentioned earlier, everybody's already in the comments of chapter 116 telling everybody, do not, pack it up, everybody. Pack it up. Racism everywhere. Actual, mixed race kids and adults are already being like, I was proud of this series. I'm out of here now. Everybody's out of here now. There's no point in staying. I waited for the... Dad showed up. Oh boy, what is it? Can we, snooze? Okay, snooze for 5 minutes, okay. Okay, I snoozed it for 5 minutes, okay. This is how I started, this is how I ended my Sunday. Because going to Twitter, that was how I found out about the series. Because I was enjoying the current arc. Now, I thought it was kind of weird. It kind of felt a little weird. It felt different, but it was a new guy we were dealing with, not just Na and Haim. So, what do I do? Obviously, I'm just speaking rhetorically. I'm just like, what's the matter, bro? What's the matter? How did we get to this point? What happened? Did a writer change? I know we had some contention with the feminist episode. That episode that arc with the feminists, at best was mixed. I saw a mixed view from everybody in the comment section because everybody was like, the feminist arc was actually okay. It could have been written a lot better. That was pretty much the general consensus of that arc. It could have been written a lot better. Because you do have teachers who abuse their authority and use students to bully other students. I've seen videos, I've seen some stuff. I hated it. So yeah, just be a genetic thing. And the writer doesn't. Nope. No. It's not that. I mean, he paints the student's face like a monkey. He paints the student's face like a monkey. He has them doing the ooh, ooh, ee, ah, ah. He has them doing that in class. He knows. The author knows. That's the problem. It's not genetics. That's the problem. Oh. I don't even know. What do The series will be just watch the series just be canceled. Somebody was mad on the team. Someone was mad on the production team. This is somebody whoever is in charge of this arc. Clearly what had happened was that they encountered a black person, probably pissed them off that day. I mean, they're just monkeying around. Maybe. Probably not. Maybe, probably not. Bro. Listen. I am somebody who loves her jokes. As long as you are funny, and as long as you are actually not intentionally trying to offend people, you can get a laugh out of me. A good example, Filthy Frank has said some jokes that, while yes, they are offensive, are funny, because he's not trying to offend everyone. It's like what he said in the past. Everybody gets made fun of on his channel. White people, black people, everybody gets made on the fun of this channel. I will never forget the redneck virgin joke, because to me, that was funny. iDubbbz has also said stuff too, but I didn't watch him, and well, to be honest, he's kind of a clown for apologizing for some of the stuff he did. Some of that stuff did not need to be apologized for. He still needed to apologize for it, just other stuff did not need to be apologized for, to clarify that. A good example. So, for those that do not know, in the past, one of the people who came into my chat had said some of the dumbest stuff I had ever seen ever since I have been on this platform. I have been on Twitter for 3 years. I have never, and the one person who comes in here after 3 years, you know what he did? He came in here, he called me a B word. Why? Because I had the hardest setting of automod on. Okay, we snoozed another ad for 5 minutes. We got one more. Because he called me a B word, and he did that because he thought I had mods on, when really I have auto mod set to high. All moderation is done by me, and I love it because I get to pick and choose what does stay and what doesn't stay. One thing that's obviously not going to be staying is slurs. Obviously, even the most obscure ones. I will delete your butt. Creeps and all that stuff. And then you know what he said? That he would R-word all my mods. And that he was a little R-wordy today. All my imaginary mods. And you know what I did? I banned him. That type of stuff. You guys are probably like, what? When did this happen? A couple streams ago. Really, it actually kind of made me mad. Made me like, it was like uncomfortable, but then I shared the story with like my family, and they were just like, this can't be real. And I was like, oh yes, this is real. And then I shared it on Twitter because people need to block that guy. Then they do what to the mods? I could not, could I be a mod? I definitely gotta get mods eventually. Definitely will probably do that in the future though. I know I want a couple of mods, so maybe I'll think about it. But yeah. So that, to me, if we're gonna get edgy, if you're gonna be edgy, be funny. If you're gonna be edgy, be funny. Don't cross a line, but be funny at least. Mm-hmm. And then you know what? That was pretty much it. I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe a comic that I like said this. And I understand people don't like a lot of Korean culture. And like I said, I've seen stuff and I've heard stuff and there were some things, well, I have not defended it. I don't defend it, but I'm just, you have an explanation for it. And that, you just can't explain it away. And it's just like, bro, what the heck? What can we even do? Nothing. Except pack up. Black community of the Webtoons get schooled. Delete your cosplays, delete your clips. Unfortunately, the best character, I mean, maybe they really have never seen a black person before. And the thing is, though, is if that's the case, that's fine. The problem, here's the thing. One thing that I will always understand, not every place is going to be America. We are homogenous by force in some people's cases, by choice in some people's cases, by dire circumstances in other people's cases. So we are homogenous because of things of the past, and that's why we're as homogenous now. Now you have your occasional little kid who comes by because they don't know any better. For the most part, everybody knows. Not every place is gonna be America. Japan will never be America. And that's why people like Japan, because it isn't America. They like a ton of countries because they're not America. Same thing in the UK, France, any of these companies, European countries, Eastern countries, any type of country. There are some people who have not even seen a foreigner to even this day. As we speak, somebody were there before. The problem, however, stems from the fact that this author clearly knew enough to find this. To find out stereotypes like the monkey stereotype. Because people still, here's the thing. I know that people will do that. I haven't encountered it a long time, but I know good and well down the line in my career, I'm gonna encounter it because Kenji has encountered it. Tons of black VTubers have encountered it, so I know good and well I'm gonna encounter it because this is just the career I chose, and I know good and well somebody's gonna come in here and they're gonna start shouting slurs and all that stuff, and I know that. But the thing is, though, is that author clearly had enough research to find the monkey quote and to find the connection between the monkeys and that. All right, our last ad snooze-a-thon. I like this series. I like this series a lot. But what? You had enough research, is what I'm saying. You had enough research to find out all these stereotypes, to find what this is. Even if it isn't the specific N-word itself, it is the Korean equivalent to it. You portrayed the black guy, the mixed black guy, as the aggressive racist, and the mixed white guy as the hero. I don't even know. What even is the point? What's there to say? What's there to do? What is the point? So anyway, I know I like I said, I don't talk about this stuff on the channel. This is not obviously not going to be a common thing. It's just wow. Wow. I couldn't even believe it with my own eye. It was so special. I just have a permanent grit. Like, it's my model, but like I'm grinning right now because I genuinely do not know how to process this. Because I'm just like, what the heck? How did we get to this moment? We're deep into season 2. We're not even deep into season 2. We're at like the start of season 2. And we're already being hit with the N-word. I think I9 would help. I think an I9. What is an I9? What is it? I9. You know, your girl. It was an interesting ride these past 24 hours because Jesus Christ. i9 the processor. Okay, it showed me two things, and I was like, oh, X, we need to talk. Listen, I don't mind the occasional joke. There's race jokes and stuff like that. I don't mind stuff like that. Some people take it too far. Other people take it too harsh. Some people, what is it? You have two opposite ends of the scale. People who take it too far and people who take it too lightly. And then on the people who hear it, you have some people who over-exaggerate it too far and people who don't over-exaggerate it too lightly. The hate for this was deserved. And I like I said, I don't have streams like this often. Quite far from it. I think this is one of the like genuine dedicated streams that this has happened so far where I'm just like, I can't believe that. Quite honestly, I'm not sure how everybody else will take it because everybody's just like, the heck? What's there to say? What else is there to say? I'd just be repeating myself. I'm just resting my throat real quick because I have been screaming. I'm just getting water. So, yeah, that was a thing that happened. If anybody would like to take the floor and share their opinion, because this is, listen, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Well, what else is there to say? I've already said everything I need to hear. I had to wait for that ad to go out. Oh my god. Hot take. Racism bad. Gee, I wonder why. And like I said, if I could pull up the screenshots, I would. I genuinely would pull up the screenshots. But I cannot pull them up. Because, like I said, if I pull them up, most likely Naver will strike me down. Because these chapters are not released yet. Far from it. And it'd be one thing if they were released on the Korean side. Ad ends in 1 minute. What the heck? Ugh. It'd be one thing. What is it? Let's just wait for the ad to end. Oh my gosh. I didn't even start. What? Okay. What is it? It's just... What is it? Can you hear me right now? Because saying ad break ends in like 28 seconds. I like snoozed them all for so long. Yeah, okay. I think I broke the ad break in progress bar. What is it? It's just like... It's like... I'm so frazzled. I lost my train of thought. It's like... Wait, is it hot take racism bad? And the thing is, like I said, everybody's already spreading the word. I've spread the word. I flat out put that on r/Webtoons because, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. I can't post any pictures because if I post the pictures, Naver will strike me down because these chapters have not even been unlocked on the Korean side. Somebody had to find these chapters, and what they did was they unlocked them with their coins and stuff on the Korean side, and then they posted them ahead of time. So these are unofficial RAWs I cannot even talk about. Not talk about, I can't even post about. Because if I posted about them, I'll get flagged. Because it's technically unauthorized content that shouldn't be reproduced. Now, if the chapters were already available, that'd be one thing. But they can't be. So I can't post anything, but like I said, Get Schooled, chapter 125. Well, 124 and 125. 125 has the slur. Both Asian and English slur. And N-word slur. And chapter 124 has the dancing monkeys. Jesus Christ, bro. And I'm not somebody who gets highly offended either. I'm not somebody who gets offended by that stuff. Like I said, I find some of it, so people's attempts to be like racist and stuff like that is funny to me. Because number one, it means you've ran out of so many comebacks, you gotta resort to my race. I can just look at you. Somebody's fat resorts to race, just make fun of their weight 50 times. Somebody who's actually mean, not somebody who's like actually like trying to get their weight down. Somebody who's actually mean and stuff like that. I ain't like that. But if it comes to that, it just happened. You ain't gonna catch me being rude and doing stuff like that. But when push comes to shove, I'm just like, what the heck, bro? We're just using slurs now? What is it? And then of course, like I said earlier, I've already posted it to r/Webtoon because everybody is just, nobody knew about this. What is it? Let me read the post. Let me just read the post. Alright, the title. So, Get Schooled is having a very interesting arc coming up. No, it's not good. So I'm reading the current unofficial chapters of Get Schooled's current arc with the idol, lawyer, etc. That's the current characters I mentioned earlier, that with the current chapters for those who aren't reading Get Schooled. So chapter is 116 and stuff. And once I get done, I go on about my day onto Twitter. And interesting enough, one of the people that I follow also reads Get Schooled, but they've read ahead unofficially. Come to find out, like I said, the current arc deals with the topic of racism. Don't have a problem with it. I always want to see that because I've always loved to see people who genuinely tackle the topic. If they are really good and they have really good writing and stuff like that, and they genuinely do it, even if it is an attempt and it does fumble badly. A good example, the Full Metal Alchemist tried to tackle race issues with the stuff with Ishval and everything about it. I always want to see racism. Oh boy. Well, you know what I mean. I want to see it because I genuinely want to see it, because not everybody's misconception is the right one. And if we have to, quote unquote, we'll quote that for a few years. That sounds like a Pippa quote. In Minecraft. I want to see racism in Minecraft. And like I said, like, now, and the thing is, like I said, I understand lots of people, like, if you do look into Korean culture, you do see a lot of colorism. A good example, one of my favorite series that I really love, racism is in Minecraft. Technically, yes. What is it? One of my favorite series? Yumi Cells. And one of my favorite characters is Woong. Woong is a dark-skinned Korean man, but in the live action, they make him white. Now here's the thing. It could just simply be they could not find a dark-skinned Korean man. Do you not? Don't you know about Black Steve? But isn't Steve black already? What is it? Is this the, are you talking about that dream skin? Where is it? Minecraft. Oh my god. Oh, I was never into Minecraft. You know, maybe we should, when the game was in early stages and mobs were being tested, they made a few mobs. Okay. It was, this is definitely a very interesting mob. I can see why they changed them. But I'm not gonna lie, I think like a little bit of some of this, like the white hair, all of which were passive except for, well, all of which were passive except Black Steve who dropped gunpowder. Why? This is the first time hearing about this. I wasn't into Minecraft as a kid, so I don't know about this stuff. Your girl was into anime. She had no access to a PC until like what, 3 years ago? That. Oh boy. What do you mean? Dude, you guys think I'm over exaggerating, but I have never heard of this before. Oh. What? I mean, also there's the classic joke about Endermen being tall black mobs that can't swim. No! Okay, please, no. I actually like the designs of the Endermen. And the concepts, please, no. Not gonna lie, I thought you were talking about the, that dream mod that he did with the Tyrone skin, and I was like, oh man. Enderman is more funny though, not really. Okay. I was gonna be like, oh my gosh, it gets worse. I thought you were talking about that dream Tyrone skin and stuff like that, which I thought was kind of funny. Listen, we've all had a dark history. I ain't judging, we all had a dark history. I used to be a fan of Yandere Dev, and had my mom not restricted me from sending emails to random strangers, I would have sent one of my many email requests to Yandere Dev. A lot of the ideas I came up with are super cringe, but thankfully never left my mind because I was too chicken. Oh boy. It would have been a disaster. I'm like spinning back and forth. You guys are seeing me move all over the place. We're encountering some very special things today. And here's the thing. I know good and well in the future, or even to all my current, everybody who is here in the chat, which I will refer to as my past viewers, and I know to many of my future viewers, to those that hear this, I know some of you won't agree with me with this whole thing. I've already seen some comments who have addressed the whole like, what is it? what is it? I've already seen comments who've like addressed the whole thing being like black fragility and stuff like that. And you know what? That's your thing. I don't care. Like I said, for a lot of this, I find funny because a lot of the time it's always used as a last resort and nobody uses it seriously on this internet anyway. And if they do, they get clowned on anyway. Because let's be real here, we're all 4chaners by the end of the day. Just because we're under Twitter does not mean we're all degenerates. I sent them an email because I like stealth games and went and want it to be done already, and I know enough art stuff to speed it up a bit. Let's be real here, we all know at least something to help speed up that development cycle of yandere dev. Yandere dev, yandere dev. Kinda cool about one of the characters as of late, but hey, that's a story for another day. But yeah. And like I said, I know a lot of you won't agree with me, and I know a lot of you will be like probably typing in the comments some stupid little slur or something like that. Like I said, I don't give a crap. Slurs don't affect me. They don't affect me. Now, I will stand up for somebody. I will laugh at you. And I will stand up for whoever's trying to who's ever trying to bully. Like if another, like what is it? It's one of the reasons why I didn't understand the whole kick debacle. To touch lightly on that. Because people keep saying stuff like something slurs and then be like, oh, well, Kick has it. And then it's like, well, yeah, but I was literally called like a ton of other things on Twitch and stuff like that. But that's a conversation for another day. Back to Minecraft. How do you feel about villagers? They look like Squidward. That's pretty much it. It's my only opinion really on them. Like I said, I didn't really grow up with Minecraft. I only recently briefly dabbled in Minecraft, and it was to build a house. But yeah, that happened. That genuinely happened, everybody. Hold on real quick. Alright, I'm back. I had to help people. Yeah. So that's pretty much it for the day. To be honest, what I want to do, or what I would want to do, is I would like to continue with the stream, but I think for now, we'll end the stream, and then I'm gonna come back on live, like near immediately, and we'll probably, we'll come back on like in a few minutes, and then that'll pretty much be it for this segment. First, I had good news. Hold on to that good news. Because I actually have to leave and then come back. So, good. Anyway, see you in a minute.